Hello, hello, hello. My trippy hippies. It is Tammy coming to you live tonight from my office. As always, as usual, I'm point here tonight. Say hello and tell us where you're watching from. I know it takes y'all a minute to find me. I know there's a delay, so I just keep moving along. I'm not like a lot of lives where I'm like, okay, what should we looking on? I used to be that person, but I took a lot of social media classes and I learned to keep it going because when you watch the replay, nobody wants to watch you wait 30 minutes for somebody to pop on when nobody ever does. So, good afternoon, good evening. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. It is 8:32 to be exact, and I usually go live around 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to do hello, hello, hello. So it's showing me no one is watching, so it's interesting how that comes up. Hello, my darling. Hello, hello, hello. It has been a very, very, very productive, busy, um, energetic. It has been a very just big energy week. Anybody else having a big energy week, like lots of shit coming at you at one time? I see that. I don't want to say shit. Like that sounds like a bad thing, right? That's like the negative. Like stinking thinking and language is important, right? Not shit. Anybody feel like just everything's happening at once, right? And that can be, we always say when it rains, it pours. And it's what's up, Liz, and that we're talking about what's up. And I have a list of things that are up, right? Updates on the shop. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about a new process we put into play and some things you're going to be seeing in your boxes. We're going to talk about kind of a state of the union, right? We're going to talk about new flavors, new flower flavors, new cart flavors. We're going to have talk about the weekend sale. We're going to talk about some giveaways. So as you jump on here again, I know I'm a little bit late. So I am going to ask you to do me a favor and a couple of things that help get our lives up in the algorithms. Number one, say hello and tell me where you're watching from, like it says down below. Then you can do me a second favor, do a second comment and just hashtag Grateful Fed. And then the third thing I need you to do is just tap one of those emotion buttons like, love, like or love, or the ha-has or something fun. And just tippity tap them, right? Just tippity tap them. That's going to help us to get our live being seen in the feed. My state elevated cut. So, updates where we're at. Yes, Toledo, Ohio. It's still showing me 0 people watching, even though I know Heather Johns is watching. And I say Johns, like I just said it all like French and like sexy, right? Heather Johns. But we are going to talk about the updates on the shop. So, a couple of crazy things. So, number one, we got demo. We have like just a teensy tiny bit more demo. So we got to pull up baseboard, and then we have a counter and a cabinet we're going to remove and put that's got to go. It's just junk. And then so when we get that done, my goal is I want to re-epoxy that floor in the kitchen is to make it look beautiful. It makes it sound sassy and classy. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So if someone else has just joined us. So what we're asking everyone to do if you jump on here tonight, because I got lots of exciting things to talk about, right? We got updates on the shop. We've got new shipping processes and fun things. The State of the Union. Hey, Sheila. Hey, girlfriend. New flower flavors, new cart flavors, weekend sale with a special code. All kinds of fun stuff. So do me a favor. Number one, this is below. So the first thing I want you to do is make a comment that just says, hi, I'm watching from, and wherever you're watching from. And number two, do another comment that just says hashtag Grateful Fed for me. And then the third thing I want you to do is I want you to hit the like, the heart, the ha-ha button, something like that. I just pound on it for a little second because it gets into the algorithm. And then tag a friend, right? Just tag a friend for me. So I appreciate y'all being here, and I'm gonna tell you some things that are going on. So we got a little bit of demo life. We're gonna get the price on it because all of a sudden, if any of y'all have ever been around me, like Sheila may have seen it. I don't think Sheila's ever seen it. Some people pay for their things with me. with cash money, and that's completely fine. I take cash money all the time, and I do get lots and lots of cash from time to time. And everybody jokes me about my wad, right? I have a little money wad, and I keep it. My mom used to have a little money wad. It's just something that I don't know. I don't know. I probably need to do a meditation on it. I don't know, but I like to have a little money, a little nest, a little squirrel nest, a little money wad. And I got home today and told her, I was like, I literally spent my wad because I've been investing money in the business. Don't get me wrong, but like today was all the big ticket things. Like I went to the restaurant supply store. I see this in quotation marks. Like I went to the restaurant supply store today, and I got a lot of equipment. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I walked in so we got there today. I'm going to get myself centered and tell the story because it's so funny. So we're working on getting equipment in the shop. We're finishing out. We met the electrician last night. The overhead door guy, because our back like shipping door, like where the garage door rollers up, we have like a shipping room or not a shipping room, but like a storage room, like you can get deliveries there. I blew my wad. That's exactly that's what she said. You couldn't help it. I mean, I set myself up there, Heather, so beautifully that I just kind of tossed it up in the air to be knocked out of the park, right? But I get so squirrel brain distracted. I need to make myself a little script and mark myself when I go on a tangent. But anyway, so I've got to get the equipment. I was getting equipment, like starting to spend money. We got the overhead door done. I bought lots of stuff. I'll tell you about that in a second. But we got the stuff that we can't do ourselves. So the electrician's got to come in and run some like dedicated breakers for refrigeration and stoves and hood vents and all the things. And that needs to be done before we can kind of do drywall, FRP, before we put all the finishing stuff on, do all it's roughed in framing, electrical, drywall, FRP, paint, install. Well, not paint because FRP is workable surface, but clean everything up, do all the things, cove baseboard, epoxy floor, and then start putting equipment in, right? And then once the kitchen gets built out, get that inspected, right? Get that easy peasy. Then we start building out the rest of the building. And so today, we got the electrician last night. The overhead guy came yesterday, but I got the quote this morning from the electrician. And I don't know, like I've been living in my little like Tammy bubble back here in the country, and I have not really increased my prices that much. Like I know that grocery prices have gone up, all of my ingredients have gone up, and my profit margin has certainly shrunk, but I felt like I was still making a profit, right, and having a decent business, and I was earning a living, and each of you were able to afford the goods, no big deal. But I didn't even think about how inflation has affected like the rest of the world who are not like namaste like we are, right? They're not the Grateful Fed family. Like when you go outside and you deal with people like that are outside in the world. Now, luckily, my electrician is a part of the Grateful Fed family, and he wants to work with me. He's going to give all the things. When I got his quote this morning, my butthole pucker. I was like, ooh. I was like, Red. I was like, because Red's home sick. He's been up since like 2 a.m. Stomach bug that I had, multiply it by like 100 is where he's at today. Like he's on like the day that I pushed through is the day he was. I don't know. I mean, his is bad. His is bad. Fever up and down. He's freezing 1 minute, miserable, can't keep anything down, all the things. So I was like, Dave, I was like, don't even get out of your chair. I know you don't feel good. I was like, but I need to print this quote off because I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, I don't know what all the words mean, right? I don't know what all the words mean. Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm so glad you're coming over here. So say hi. As I was telling everybody, do me 3 favors. Number 1, say hello and tell me where you're watching from in 1 little comment. Number 2 comment, hashtag Grateful Fed. Then pop on the hearts and the likes, and then tag a friend in the comments for me. That's what I need you to do for me tonight, okay? I'm asking for some favors. So luckily, I sent him a quote back on my red light marked off. He's like, I can do these things real easy. Like, those are just things that I would, like, if he's there doing it, he could have done it. But if it's going to cost us that much money, then we can work some of this stuff off. Like, I can do some of this. And I was like, cool. So I sent the thing back. I'm like, hey, I'm going to strike through some things that we feel comfortable, like you don't have to fuck with. Does that really affect the price at all? I was like, because it's a little bit out of the budget. I do it, but it's just more than I thought of. He said, I will work with you. And he came back, he's like, the stuff that you need to have done is the stuff that costs the money. And I was like, it's what it is. I was like, you're right. But he brought it down a ton. He's going to work with us. So I was like, true. It's like, I was like, a part of not pride used to be so afraid, right? Like this, and I have no problem paying people for their energy. I believe in an equal exchange of energy. I do. But I was just honest. I'm like, I'm gonna have to maybe pick and choose. And y'all know I'm all about like I'll pay you what you're worth. I will do an equal exchange of energy. I have no problem with that. I pay for services. I have always paid for services, but I'm like that's outside of my budget. And here are the things I'm gonna have to like not have done right now. And I was just like pretty much saying that, and like, but my old prideful self would have been like, I'm gonna have to put another quote. Versus saying like, ooh, I can't afford that because I couldn't afford that, but I wanted that quality, right? And so I just said, what are the things I can do to get it in my budget? And he wants to work with me. Cool, we'll work together and figure it out. But I'm like, I'm not asking you to cut your prices, right? And I'm not asking you to do less than what you deserve at all. But I 100% need to be able to make sure that I can afford it and still use your services. Maybe I can use a part of your services, and then I can go somewhere else. Y'all know I'm all about like supporting my Grateful Fed family. So with that being said, super cool. He gave me that quote tonight. He's like, hey, it might be, I told you this is a high end. I wanted to highball it so there'll be no surprises. I don't think it's going to be that much. Things cost. I know that. Things cost. A wire cost. Red was telling me, he's like, it's probably got that out of whack. He's like, because his dad ran some much, it was like $400 for 250 feet of this wire or whatever. And so I get it. It costs money. I'm like, cool. Going forward, he's going to start it, get it done. We're going to figure it out. It's all good in the hood, right? So that's awesome. So I really had exactly. I've already trust me. I got this is a message in this mess, girlfriend, right? And then so that's all coming at me. Then Red's like, the overhead door guy. I was like, I don't know what's going to cost. Should that be the building owner, versus us? But he said he wasn't really fixing anything. It's all on us kind of thing. It's ours. Do what we want to with it. And it was $20, right? He's like, hey, Red's like, we had been calling this guy, and he had not shown up. We had not called back or texted or whatever, and it's a friend of a friend kind of deal. And I was like, can you leave a message to do this? And all the things, like, the little, like, you heard, no, nothing yet. And he walks into Red's work on Monday, or Tuesday, whatever day, day before yesterday. And Red's like, hey, man, I've been trying to get in touch with you, just the man I wanted to see, And he was like, well, where's the building at? I've been really saying this is right there. He goes, I can go look at it. I can't make any promises we can get to it right now, but I'm going to look at it. Right, so he gave him the key to go get in or whatever, and he said he was back in 10 minutes. He's like, here you go, it's fixed. So I was like, what is a kid? No big deal. I was like, here. So Ray gave him $20 or whatever. He took the $20, and that worked out well, right? So that's done. And then I go today to get the rest of our equipment, right? I'm ready to go up there and do all the things. And I drive up to Lynchburg, which is if you're not from here in Farmville, you don't know. I've never heard of that, right? So we're about, and we call ourselves the heart of Virginia, and that's important for in a minute. Okay, so remember that we're the heart of Virginia. So we're kind of in Central Virginia. They say we're the heart of Virginia, and we are about an hour east of Richmond, which is the capital of Richmond, of Virginia is Richmond. We're about an hour east of that, and we're also about an hour. We're an hour west of Richmond and an hour east of Lynchburg. Lynchburg is where Liberty University is. Jerry Falwell, if you've ever heard of that. So that's Lynchburg. That's kind of like the two little small cities. We're about an hour from Charlottesville. So we're about an hour from three kind of biggish kind of places, right? We're an hour east, I guess, weird southeastern of Charlottesville. Anyway, so drive to Lynchburg today, which is it took me about an hour and 10 to get to this place because for some reason the GPS took us around our asshole to get to our elbow. And had I gone the way I wanted to, it'd probably taken me 45 minutes, but GPS, I hadn't been there, so I followed GPS. And I pull up, and there is a sign on the door that says, closed, out on delivery with a phone number. And I was like, holy shit, really? Really? I drove all this way, and I knew you were open. I busted my ass to get there today, and you're closed out for delivery. I was like, well, I've got to call the number. I've got to do another little thing up here, another little errand. And I was like, I may have to go do that first and come back, whatever. I'm telling you, it's been a crazy busy week. Text the number. Long story short, he and I end up connecting. He's like, hey, I'm out on delivery. My manager is like at lunch and we could be back. What are you looking for? And he's like, it'll probably be an hour, right? That's what he's telling me. And I was like, I told him what I was looking for. He's like, give us 20 minutes. I was like, because money talks and bullshit walks, right? Because money talks and bullshit walks. Hello, everybody. Hello. Now it's showing me in Florida. I'm not sure who this is. Make sure you give StreamYard permission to see your name. But if you are just joining us, we're talking about the State of the Union, the What's Up Wednesday stuff. This has been a crazy energy week, right? And we're talking about that today. So do me a favor, what's been up with y'all this week? While y'all are taping, I'm gonna tell you the rest of the story, and I'm gonna because I'm gonna talk to y'all. What's up in Ohio? And all my peoples are here, right? Poor thing. Yeah, I hope he feels better too, Sheila, because he's not feeling good. So they come in, and then I get in there, and the things when I got to the door was a refrigerator and a convection oven, just like sitting right there, fresh out of the box, right? Fresh out of the box. Hey, Rachel, thanks for joining. It is nuts. It is nuts this week, right? And I was like, that's what I want. So I get in. I said, number one, the convection oven is gas, so I can't use that because I'm doing electric. I was like, well, shit. But the wife, who's like the owner of the store, right? She starts giving me prices. I don't think she's really impressed with me. Like, I just look like some crazy hippie girl. Like, she looks a little bit more Jerry Falwell conservative, right? And I've got like all my Reiki bracelets on, my pendant on, hey, I want to buy everything. You know what the grateful family like card in hand, right? Took her a muffin. And she's giving me these prices, and I'm my mouth going. Like, I was like, what you told me that sink that I need cost? I was like, that's all the money I was going to spend today for everything. It was actually the price she gave me for the refrigerator. The price she gave me for the refrigerator. I was like, I was told that y'all were a used restaurant store, and I looked online, and the reviews were amazing, and your prices were phenomenal, they said, and I'm just like, whoa. Cars breaking, trucks breaking, dogs sick, you name it this week. Yes, right? Oh yeah, whole thing. I'll talk about that later, Heather. We'll talk about that on TikTok After Hours. Because TikTok After Hours will be hot tonight. Hot. I ain't telling you all the spicy stuff. Here. I'll tell spicy stuff on TikTok After Hours. But so I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to do a whole lot today. I do appreciate you. About that time, her husband walks in, and we're talking. He's like, no, things are expensive these days, and they're trying to explain to me all the things I'm going to need to open my restaurant. I was like, well, first of all, I'm not opening a restaurant. So I'm opening a catering commissary kitchen. I was like, I don't need the things. I had talked to the people. And I was like, and if y'all are right and I am wrong, I will eat it and I will come up here and I will pay whatever y'all want me to give me what I need. I said, but from what I'm understanding, I don't need the things you're telling me that I need. I know what I need. I know what I want to buy. I said, I just thought you had refurbished stuff and the prices were, because I found it online cheaper than what they were quoting. And I just was trying to use a local store and be able to get more because I could get it at a better price. And their prices were way more out of the price than I thought they would be. But, like Heather just said a little ago, ask and you shall receive. I said, here's the thing. I was like, I have no problem paying for what things cost. And I was like, that's fine. I was like, but everything has a little bit of a markup. And there's got to be a negotiation, especially because here's the thing. It wasn't like everything was in boxes, like pristine. It looked used. I was like, it looks used. I was like, I get what you're saying. I was like, but it does not look like it came out of the box. And I was like, and he said that we used to carry it. We haven't really carried it. Well, I've had a few things, not really anything. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, some of these things are obviously not new out of the box. I can tell. I was like, I'm not stupid. I was like, and then I had to I like going into places kind of playing like the ditzy hippie. and not really like letting them know my background because I want to see if they're honest or not. And that's honestly the truth. And I shouldn't probably do that. But I was very honest about what I wanted, why I wanted it, and what I was looking for, and the prices I was expecting. So when they're like things this and things that, I was like, let me explain something. I was like, this is not my first rodeo. I was like, I'm not like somebody who had a little bit of fun baking during the pandemic and decided to do this. I was like, this will be like my sixth. This is my smallest venture as far as opening a restaurant. I've opened three. I've opened three restaurants. I've been a part of five. Like my mom had one when I was much younger. I was in there like as a kid doing stuff, but I worked in it and knew all. I ran it. At 14, they went on vacation. I did inventory and orders and did the money and the banking at 14. This is what I grew up in, right? And I just haven't done it for like 15 years. I was like, I got married. I was going to get the office job. It was more conducive to hours. But it's my soul's purpose, right? So once I did that, right, I did that. I just talked about like my experience, and I was like, so usually everything in my life has always been negotiation. And I was like, I hate to leave here empty-handed. I said, I've spent so much of your time just running my mouth. And honestly, he asked me, what kind of bakery do you have? And in that moment, I knew I was in Jerry Falwell country. I mean, I knew in that moment I had an option, right? In that moment, I could be something I'm not or be authentically myself. And in the recent past, and dealing with things on my business and dealing with people that are not here in this Facebook Live, that are not in the Grateful Fed community, when I'm out in my community, I have picked and chosen the times to be an advocate. I've picked and chosen times to be authentic and when to just don't tell them all the things, right? Don't be really, don't, there's a piece of me that was holding on to a little bit of, I don't know, right? The stereotype of what it is that we in the Grateful Fed believe in, the stereotype of all of it, not just the cannabis, the woo-woo, all of it, right? How many of us, and Heather Jones, I know she's still here and she's watching with me, like she knows what I'm talking about, right? That little bit of fear when you wake up and you kind of like changed your belief system a little bit and you are no longer afraid of like saying, I smoke cannabis, or like, I believe in meditation and spirit guides, angels, and helpers. I have crystals around my house. I believe in namaste, like being authentically myself. I have really felt inauthentic, and every time I have felt inauthentic, I felt like I had been, right? All of the melting down and being out of flow was whenever I was trying to be something that I wasn't, because I thought that it was going to be, I was trying to fit into a box for somebody else. I was trying to be something that I wasn't because I thought it was what someone else wanted me and needed me to be. And I've been, and that is fresh. And I know how many of you can relate to that, right? How many of you can relate to, if you think about the times in your life when you were out of flow, when things were not when things were just like, ew, like what the hell is happening? Think about that and tell me, has it been correlated to a time when you have not been true to who you are? When you have not loved yourself the way that you should have, right? But the feeling when you let it go, right? And then today, when I was standing in that moment, I said, I run a little edibles bakery. I said, I work with cannabis, hemp, CBD, because I work with all of those things. I just got that in. I've been working with that for years. I said, and even undosed things, which I do because I make birthday cakes for people all the time that do not have cannabis in them. All the time. Any of the things that I have, if you want it without cannabis, you can message me. You can get a whole batch of that without cannabis in it. And I said, so that has I have a little edibles bakery. I said, and I'm working to get it open as a private catering company to be a commissary kitchen. And I'm going to be outfitting an entire food truck also. So this is just phase one. This is just getting the doors open so that I can then start building out everything else. This is giving me a kitchen to be able to build out everything around it so that I can be in two places at once. That I can build out my other business, right? My healing business, my Reiki business, the apothecary, the grocery store, the food truck, all the things, and have the kitchen where I need it to be so that I can do all the things I need to do, because part of my healing work is the edibles, right? It's the Reiki infused food, it's the cannabis, it's the infusion of the energy, of all the energies into the food. And I explained that I did Reiki infused, and we're working on becoming a 501(c) charity. We do lots of giving, and I lit up, and I remember, and here's the thing: what I forget is that it doesn't matter what I'm saying; it's about how I say it, right? It doesn't matter what I'm saying. People can look at me, and when I'm talking about what this plan is, what this journey is really all about, what we're building, I'm going to start crying. I mean, that is going to happen tonight, but I am. There's a lot of big energy coming in, and I'm feeling it, y'all. It's the passion. That means, like, I believe in you, and you're going to be so successful. Y'all, I got a freezer and a refrigerator. The refrigerator, they quoted me at $4,500 for a commercial refrigerator. $4,587. He gave me a freezer and a refrigerator for $2,400. I got everything I need. I got a 3-compartment sink. I got the faucet for it. I got my pan racks. I got 3 stainless steel work tables that are all different sizes. They were like $200, $250, $150. The one was on sale for $150. He's like, you get 3 of them, I'll give them all to you at the $150 price. He gave me 50% off of any smallware that wasn't equipment in the store. All baking pans, new scoopers, measuring cups. I got so much rolling pins, all these things, just, yeah, I spent money on those things, but I shopped with him. He lit up. He was telling me about his passion. And so every time that's what it is, right? It's trusting. It's the trusting that this was not planted inside this whole thing that I'm doing. It swells me up, and I know that I annoy the fuck out of everybody in my life. Because anytime, like, I'll get with Red sometimes, like, all right, what do you want to do tonight? He's like, anything but talk about work of any kind. He's like, we're going to talk about anything other than that. I was like, I don't know what to talk about sometimes, because it's like, ooh, right? I was like, I cannot, I'm like so ready for this, right? It's like, I don't know. And it's all about trusting, right? It's all about trusting and knowing and all of the things. So here's some stuff that I want to tell y'all about, right? So number one, that's the update on the shop, right? That's the update on the shop. New shipping process. We had some snafus last week. When things are not right, if they're not right, number one, y'all, please tell me, right? When it happens, just tell me. I do not take it personally. We all make mistakes. I just want to be able to correct it and make sure that you get a quality product. It really matters to me. That's one of our brand promises, is that it looks as good as it tastes, right? It looks as good as it tastes. And you eat with all your senses. So I want you to feel the love, and I want you to feel that in every piece of it. We know that things happen, right? That we get busy. People get excited about going away. All the things just happen. I didn't see it today. I had to go back and check twice on numbers, right? Sometimes we make errors. We admit we do silly mistakes. We all do it. We're all human. Sometimes you get the wrong package and you get $200 for free edibles. But it's okay, because the universe, everything works out like it's supposed to, right? However, we have developed a new, like, triple, quadruple packaging policy. Okay. So you are going to see on your order form, beside you're going to have your order form like a packing ship in your box. Okay, so in your box is going to show you what you ordered. You're going to see what we worked off of. Okay, you're going to see our handwriting. And so everyone is going to be initialing and circling and checking off and writing little notes on your invoices to let you know, like, it's pack above, all the things, right? So be looking for new fun stuff on your packaging. There's going to be extra tight packaging on some things, so like the things that come in the little. I'm working on finding some new stuff, but right now we're putting those plastic containers inside of a brown zippy, so all of your muffins, carrot cakes, and things will not have any issues. We are coming into a season. I'm not sure when yet, right? But we're coming into the wintertime. So if you are in a cold weather state, I'm in Virginia, so I don't know about what I'm going to say is Virginia North, or a cold state. You will be able to get gummies and chocolate soon, but right now they'll melt. If you got sampler boxes, you'll be getting an extra lollipop or some extra caramels to take the place of the gummies in the interim of the warm weather, because we can't ship them. We're losing them. People are complaining that their gummies are water, and the sample box, I forgot they were in there, kind of like it was one of those things in my brain. Because I said gummies, no, but it's not gummies in the sample box. We get that to ship, and I don't even think about it because I wasn't doing the shipping. And so they were melting. And, just little things like that, right? But here's the thing. I want to be able to correct it and make it right for you, okay? But here's the thing, more than that, don't want it to happen. So what we're doing is we're taking some extra steps and touching the shipping. Now, Mel has been through Reiki 1, right? So now she's Reiki 1. So not only are you getting Reiki infused cooking, you're also getting Reiki infused packaging. And I was like, you gotta start pulling that energy, and we're gonna start setting our energies in the morning, and we're gonna start finding a new meditative morning routine to get ourselves. And that's something that I'm going to start effective tomorrow morning. So my staff's going to find out tomorrow. With Red Not Feeling well, he's probably going to be home again tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of energy in the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out some stuff, and I'm going to have them set some energy and put some energy bubbles. We're going to do a little meditation and set that energy bubble. So everything will be good. But new shipping is we're doing all the things. So on that note, I am going to also, right, be adding a little fun twist. So I've got these fun little scratch off things. So probably October-ish, we're going to be doing some little scratcher games. So like in your order, you'll get like a scratch ticket, like a lottery ticket kind of for prizes. Because here's the thing, like, things work until they don't. So we're not seeing a lot of like pick up momentum on Testimonial Tuesdays. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of play with Tuesdays, and we're going to still have some more concentrated content, but we're going to play with the days and mix up the content so it doesn't get stale and boring, because that's what happens. You got to keep it fresh and new. So what I'm asking for, right, I'm asking for people who want to volunteer to be a brand ambassador. Okay, so brand ambassador is what you're going to be called. If you are currently an admin or a moderator, I'm going to be sending out a message to you. If you want to stay on as a brand ambassador, I would love to have you. If you're like, Tammy, I just don't have time to mess with it. I just don't want to fuck with it. I want to be in the group and hang out and chill, but I don't need to be in the group message and all that stuff. No problem. We'll remove you. We're going to clean that up a little bit, right? And if you'd like to be a brand ambassador, what we're going to do is we're going to, I'm going to reward you with like some all-time discounts, right? Number two, you're going to get like first dibs on like new gear, because I'd like to like see people are starting to order Hometown Hippie shirts, and I'm super excited. And I'd love to get Dennis to make us some Breathe t-shirts. And if anyone wants to get like the Hometown Hippie like brand ambassador shirts or something, it'd be fun with like a Breathe. So what I would like to do is maybe assign each person a day, because it's our group, right? And then everybody has an opportunity to connect. Everyone has an opportunity to share ideas. because it's not just about me. And the more that we get into the store and the more that we're doing things in the area, my ability to be able to jump in and just create all the content is going to be much, much harder. And that's where we're a family, right? And so where I am weak, you are strong. And I'm still going to do some lives. We're going to have a lot more cooking lives because here's the goal. We get open, we are getting on the Food Network. That is like on my vision board. Like we're gonna have Guy Fieri at the food truck, and I'm gonna be in there whooping up some fun shit. Then we're gonna get Bon Appetit, and then we're gonna be a whole ass like brand on the Food Network, right? We're gonna make woo woo and weed mainstream. That's our goal. I said I want to be the pioneer on the pot. I'm gonna speak what I see till I see what I said. Speak what I see till I see what I said. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so that is the state of the union on that for like the Home Therapy group. So our giveaways and our prizes are going to look a little different, okay? So we still do bingo. We're still going to do bingo night. I think people are loving bingo night for right now. We're going to give that at least through this month, right? We're going to do cards through the end of this month. So we'll definitely have a game at the beginning of October. I don't know that I'm going to do bingo cards past the end of September because I have some ideas for October, November, and December. Some spooky scratcher tickets for every order you get. You can win a prize right then because people get busy in the fall, and it's hard to be able to. If you get me stickers to put on my tubes, I will put them on my roses and spread them that way. Girl, use the bomb.com. I love it, Meredith. Thank you so much. And I got your message the other night, and I really want to talk to you, and I hope that you'll come to meditation tomorrow night if you can. I think it'd be great for you to be there. I would love for you to be there. Okay. Now, let's talk about the weekend sale, right? Now I'm only going to like sneak out, right? Sneak out the I came tonight, lucky you. That's what she said. I beat her to the punch. Oh my god, I lost my brain. Okay. So October I think we're gonna change it up because Halloween and the retreat and all the things opening the store. I think that I am going to just do the boo, right? The boo scratchers, because we got so much stuff on tap for October. But that's gonna be like it's gonna start early in October because I'm gonna be gone the end of October and my staff's gonna be running the deal. So I gotta pre-do all the things, okay? And then November, we are going to do a grateful challenge in November, which will be a different prize in your like I'm thankful for you kind of thing. And there's gonna be like a big Thanksgiving kind of thing, okay? And then Christmas is gonna be a whole other thing, right? And we know rolling to the holidays that this year, give the gift of the Hometown Hippie, okay? And with brand ambassadors and with partner affiliates and stuff, I want to get together probably in the next 3 weeks. I'm going to plan a day. I'm going to get that set up soon. We'll talk about it on TikTok too. Because I would like to be able to combine forces and put together some boxes that we can all benefit from and that our friends who are in all of these multiple groups don't feel so stressed. They can support all of us at one kind of unique place, right? And that way, everybody's benefiting, right? Everybody's benefiting. Maybe Mary wants to give us some roses. We want to get some crystals. We want to get some jewelry. We want to get some essential oil blends. We want to get some whatever we want to get, right? Then we can put these amazing like boxes together. You're fine. You're never late, Amanda Debbie. Everything is in divine time, right? So I want to talk to people about how that needs to look, and only because my product is probably the most like niche, if that makes sense to everybody, that I wanted to coordinate that, so that because some of you may be able to coordinate, and my products don't go in it, right? There might be a box that doesn't have one of my products in it. But I do want to be able to combine forces to see if we can maybe all, work together. Because here's the thing. With the amount of love of people in this group and our other groups that we're all kind of crisscrossing in, that amount of love energy How do we raise the collective vibration, right, with that amount of energy? This is what this is about. It's about being able to reach the most amount of people and spread that light energy to raise the collective vibration. That is the ultimate goal of all of it, right? That is the ultimate goal of all of it. And so that's why it's so important for brand ambassadors. I would love Amanda Jenny. We're looking for brand ambassadors where you get to get a discount on all of your things for helping connect the community. And you'll get like, you can pick your level of brand ambassador. Right? You can say, hey, I'm just going to be able to I'll go in every day and post, interact with people. Somebody else will say, I'll take Wednesday and I'll welcome people on Wednesday and go in and make sure that people are doing stuff and the updates are done for the lives, right? Or, hey, I'll take motivational Mondays and do a reading every Monday, or blah, 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 right? I'll still do my wake and bakes. I'll still do those things, and I'm still going to put stuff in there, right? I have water hands. I'd have more to say right now. I got you, girl. But that's what I want to do. We're not just building a brand, we're building a community. And if people don't believe that, they can kiss our asses because we are. Whoever wants to think whatever they want to think what you want to think. And today in that store, right? I told y'all my message always comes around. In that store, when I stood there and I took that breath. I thought about all the confidence. All those cards that kept coming up today, right? Like courage and standing your power and turning I saw the phoenixes rising in Tammy. All the things I've been telling you not to blow it right here. Don't change who you are. Don't put your fire out to fit in a little box because you're in Jerry Falwell country. If your goal is to be an advocate, and y'all, please do not misinterpret this in any shape, fashion, or form, right? But I'm in Jerry Falwell country. I'm going to use a biblical reference, right? Jesus did not go and talk to the people who already believed in Jesus and God and all the things. He went and talked to people that didn't. Why do you talk to people that already know? You've got to go spread the message. You've got to go be if you're going to advocate, you can't just talk about it in your lives. That all those people are stoned watching you. Of course they agree with you. You have fed them all the things to make them agree with you. I don't, you know what I mean? That's what came to my head. It's hey, Jesus didn't just go talk to the Jesus people. He wouldn't talk to the non-Jesus people. I was like, you're right. I need to talk to the non-weed people. Brilliant. I was like, why did I think of that? And my brain goes, you did. I was like, are you sure? Whole thing. That's a whole other story. But at that moment, I saw those cards, right? And then, y'all know how it goes, right? I know how it goes. Took that deep breath, and I was like, all right. And this came into my brain, right? This came into my brain. The will to win. And I read this on Sunday sermon, and I'm telling y'all, I probably could have verbatim said this to this man today, because that's how this is how passionate I felt about what we are doing. So if you were on the fence about being a brand ambassador, I want you to listen to this, and here's the thing I'm going to tell you. When I talk about what I'm going to talk about, right? I am talking about the energy that I think that everyone, that if you're everyone, right? I'm going to read this, right? And then I'm going to tell you what I think that this should be in relationship to. Now, for me, it had to be about, and I'm going to tell you the thing. For me, what I'm going to read you is called The Will to Win. I'm going to read it now. I'll do that first. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if only desire of it makes you quite mad enough to never tire of it, makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life seems all empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and you dream is about it, If you'll gladly sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all of your terror of God for it, if you'll simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famished and gaunt, nor sickness nor pain of body or brain can turn you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and ground and besieged and beset, you'll get it. And what I want you to put that energy into, first and foremost, right? First and foremost is healing and being you. It's not about a material thing. It's not about a community. The first thing that you have to want to win is the fight for yourself. And if I didn't take the time the last several years, and I'm still doing it every day, the first fight I fight in the morning is the fight for me. And I fight for me so that I can fight for my husband, because I can't fight for us. I can't be the best Tammy for anybody if I'm not the best Tammy for Tammy. And so when I stood in that store today and I saw those cards flash through in my brain, I was like, holy shit. If I'm willing to do all these things for it, why am I not able to say it to this person's face? How I should be able to say this as easily as my fucking name. And I did. And I did. So, I have the will to win. Now, having the will to win does not mean that I just, okay, poof, it's done. I'm still going to fret for it. All those things, I do it every day. And I'm going to encourage you to do it every day for yourself. Because you deserve it, right? You deserve it. And I love you. And being here is what that's the kind of energy that we got this BDE in here, right? This big dick energy is what they call it, right? That's what we're calling it. That's the kind of energy that this family is about. Because here's the thing, I fight, right? I do all those things. And I don't have to do that as hard, right? So I have the capacity, the stern pertinacity, right? To go after other things now. My soul's purpose is clear. So if you're feeling like we talked about it, right? I don't know what I want, just not this, right? Then here's the thing. Have the will to win for you. Like that's what you put your energy into right now. That's what you put your energy into right now. This is the notes I took on this, and I haven't read those on Sunday shows. This is the energy you have to put into your healing. What is that thing? First, it has to be you. Before I could fight and build a successful business, the Hotel Hippie, the brand, the Grateful Fed, I had to do it for me. If you believe all the bad about yourself, you have to believe all the good. Believe in yourself and don't give up on yourself. To the world be damned until I heal myself. And I love to share with y'all the things that I did. And, the other night I was journaling late night. And I came up, and I don't even remember writing this, and I was sharing it with Carly the other day. She's like, I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but I feel like maybe it's going to I asked for clear vision. Right? I've been struggling with clear vision. And this is what I journaled the other night. I was like, I saw all the things I am, all the things I will be, and all that I am. I saw all the things I am, all the things I will be, and all that I am. We are them. Them is us. We are all one. Feel the love. Feel all the light. All of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And it was just saying, like, we are all one consciousness, right? We have just been split apart. And we have just been programmed to believe that we have all of these differences. But I really truly believe at the core of it, right? At the core of it all, when we put this kind of energy into our healing, right? We say, to the world be damned. I am important. I matter. It's not selfish. It's not selfish. It is selfless. Because what you're saying is like, I need to heal me so that I can then help the collective consciousness. I'm healing my part of it, right? Think about a disco ball, right? A disco ball is a million pieces of broken glass. And every single one of them has just a slightly different skewed view of the world. Even if they're right beside each other, they still have just a teensy tiny little difference in how they see things, right? And one side of the ball, it might see one thing. The other side of the ball sees something completely different. And neither one of them are wrong. They've just seen it different, right? Because they've been broken and glued with their backs to the wall, right? Think of if they all just turned the other way and looked at each other. They saw they were all one thing. They're just a ball. They're all one thing. You know what I mean? We're all just that. I don't know how that came in my mind, but that was pretty fucking clever. I'm not gonna write that down. I love it when that's a woo, that's a 420 cookie. That's direct channel right there. And you can't tell me different. I will say it's probably true what Carly said, that I'm trespassing on the upper rooms. I raised my kundalini really fast, but I feel like I always prepare to do that with a 420 cookie. Yeah. So, I don't know how I got on that tonight. It's just been a whole lot of other fun stuff, but we go with it. We go with it. I'm not going to change what happens. You know, my authentic self. But it felt good to stand in that today, and without having the tenacity to fight for my healing, I don't think I would have. And I'm going to tell you, there's more of me now than ever before because I heal myself first. Exactly, right? It's like the parable of the two guys go into the woods at the same time in the morning, and they are lumberjacks and they cut trees all day, right? But one of the guys takes an hour lunch and then goes home for an hour, and then at the end of the day, he still cuts more wood than the guy who never left and never took a lunch. And at the end of the week, the guy's like, "Hey, how in the hell are you cutting more trees than me? You're working 2 hours less than me, and you're out, you're out shining me." And he's like, "Well, I spent an hour resting myself, and then I spent an hour sharpening my axe." Right? And that's what's important. You don't have you. That's what I'm saying, right? And so when you do that, you can do more with less. I mean, you can do more with less time because it's time. Time's not even a real thing. If y'all knew the amount of baking that I did in the last 2 days, the amount of things that I literally got, the amount of things that I've gotten done this week, there's no way time is real. There is zero chance that time is not like made up because I don't know how it happens. And I'm like, it's Wednesday. What's up? Let's do this. I gotta go back to Lynchburg and get my shit on Friday. What are we doing? What are we doing, right? And so that's what I'm saying. So let's do this shit, right? So here's the thing. That's the State of the Union tonight. What's up is that Tammy got all like deep tonight, apparently. But we do have a couple more things that I want to talk about. Pineapple Express, it's back in stock. So we're good on Pineapple Express. I got Pineapple Express and Strawberry Cough. A lot of those, because those tend to be the two most popular ones. The other ones are amazing. Give them a shot. We got Do-si-do, GMO, gelato, sour diesel. So we've got a lot of flavors in that. We also have a weekend sale coming up. So if you are local to the Farmville area, Good Lord willing and Red's stomach stops giving the bubble guts, we will be able to go to the Heart of Virginia Festival on Saturday. If Red will be there, I will be there. I don't want to be, he's sick. If he's sick, he can't go. But I told him I'd be there, so I will be there. I might try to rope somebody in to go with me. Maybe some Sarah Watts who showed up at the hippie festival. Maybe if I can talk her into it. But we're going to be working with Friends of the Appomattox River. If y'all remember at Hippie Holidays, we were able to donate $500 to that organization from the Grateful Fed community. Whoop, whoop. Can I get a whoop, whoop in the comments on that? Can I get a hell yeah in the comments on that? Some hearts, some thumbs up. Because this is the important part people were really waiting for. So if you see us up there, we said we're going to give it a year. We're going to give time, talent, and our money. So that's what we said. We're going to give time, talent, and money. So the first day we gave our talent, and we went and we picked up trash for the whole day. They floated the river and cleaned up. We gave our talent. We also gave money that day because as an organization, we gave them $500. And then we also gave them our time because we signed up to be on the club membership, which means we do other things with them like meetings and parties and Heart of Virginia Festival. We're going to be working their booth. So we have also joined that club. So we wanted to be involved in the community. So that's how we're doing it. So we're going to be there on Saturday from 10:30 to noon, and then because it's Heart of Virginia Festival, it's kind of a big deal around here, right? We are the Heart of Virginia. I told you that'd be important later. There's going to be a weekend sale. It's going to be a big weekend sale. You're going to get 15% off of all orders of $100 or more using code HEART. Use code HEART and get 15% off of all orders of $100 or more. And we still have a few of our Fruity Pebbles free treats available for orders of $50 or more. That's going to go on until those are gone. So if you place an order of $50 or more, you're getting a free Fruity Pebbles in your order. I sent out a simple text to that. I'm also going to give a new sign up for that. If you're not getting text messages and you want to get them, let me know, okay? We also have new flower flavors. We'll talk about that at a different time. But that is what we have for tonight, y'all. And it is 9:27. So I was 56 minutes. We're trying to stay to an hour. I'm going to call it at 56 because you know I got to do the Southern Goodbye. But I want to tell y'all, number one, I love each and every one of you. Number two, I was still fighting for me last week because I was not being authentic. Today was the first day that I have done what I spoke, what I say, right? I stood in it today. I've been working through that shadow work. It's not easy, but you have us. Let's lean in. If you'd like to be a brand ambassador, I would love, love, love to talk to you. I'll put a post up about that asking for people to sign up. I'm going to do a Zoom. You can come, all the things, right? I love each and every one of you. If anybody's up for it, I might do a little TikTok Liberty Live. I'm a little hyped up tonight. So I'll probably be over there in a little while. I'll post if I am. On that note, as always, I love you. Have a wonderful night. Tell your friends, invite them in. 1,000, we're giving away some more stuff. As always, peace, love, and feast. And my friends, stay elevated. I love you all. Good night.